to hold forth for about 30 seconds a minute with a little monologue. And then after he's done monologizing, that is a word, look it up, we will see the players create some scenes based on that monologue. So, can you give me a single word for the mayor?
Pudding!
I heard pudding. The word is pudding. Pudding.
Huckleberry.
Great.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Pudding.
Whenever there's a word like this, I always go back to my youth, which is good for these folks because they're awfully young in their behaviors. So my favorite dessert when I was a small child was pudding, chocolate pudding. And I remember there was not much that I could do, my parents could do, that would make me behave, except for they would say, if you're good, we will give you chocolate pudding. And to this day, wherever I go, I would like chocolate pudding, but I will have to say one other part about it. Let's say one other part about it. If I didn't eat my dinner when I was very young, and this you have to be at a certain age, I think the pediatricians used to say this, they would put it in the refrigerator and I would have to eat it for breakfast the next day. Oh, I'm so happy there was another abused child. But we maybe had the same, was that Dr. Simoff? I don't know. And so what I would do is I would always make sure to take my chocolate pudding and hide it in the freezer, so in the morning when I would have my old cold food, I would grab a pudding out, a chocolate pudding, and everything would be okay.
Alright, so here's the deal. If you do my homework, I will give you my snack packs for a month. Multi-flavors, some of them have the layers.
What kind of homework are we talking about?
Algebra and or any sort of complex mathematical stuff.
So if I do your easy stuff, you will give me the pudding.
I just want you to do it for me. I don't need you to insult my intelligence.
I'm
Lack thereof.
afraid your intelligence is an insult in and of itself. And subsequently, I don't need to work at that part.
Jessica, do we have a deal here? I mean, I need to go to college so I can become mayor. I need to pass these classes, which I cannot do on my skill level alone.
So allow me to introduce to you a small theory of economics called supply and demand. You supply me with more pudding than you originally planned because I demand it.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Rothschild, your son is not doing well in school, and I'm thinking that maybe he has too much sugar, and he's really hyper in class. I can't get him to sit.
Well, there's going to be something in the future called ADD. I'm thinking that might be what it is because we always make him eat a full balanced meal before any sugar treats.
Pudding, pudding, and more pudding.
Yeah, I'm all for pudding, skin on or off. But
We don't skin our children.
Russell, I have a problem.
Why?
I peed my pants.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you have pants? Because mom and dad are going to come home soon. They're going to see this cold stain in my area, and then they're going to say, "Oh, bad Matthew, you peed your pants and you don't get dessert," which is quite often pudding. And I think tonight is pudding night and not pistachio ice cream night. I need some pants. Bottom line, I need some pants.
Oh, golly, Howard, I'd like to help you out, but I've been rediscovering my Samoan roots. It's all sarongs now. I got rid of all my pants last Thursday.
Well,
They're very comfortable.
do you think I can wear this over my pants? And maybe Mom and Dad will not notice the...
Well, it's not traditional, but I don't think one's going to call you on it.
Later that night at dinner, Matthew Howard, what is that you're wearing?
That's a sarong. It's native to the people of Indonesia.
But he's wearing the wrong undergarments. Any at all.
And it certainly does not smell like asparagus. It smells like what happens after asparagus.
Why, God, do my parents have to have such a sharp sense of smell and knowledge of Indonesian cultural practices?
I wanted you to be the first to meet my brand new small child. He's 13. The pediatrician says he's just fine. But he's very small.
You have been breastfeeding, right?
For 13 years and he doesn't get it.
He's really cute.
He's stunning. He's like a Backstreet Boy.
Bring Mr. Bond into this room now. Here, Mr. Bond, is that it said you will be storing the pudding once your government has given in to my demands.
Of course, I know it was true, Baldy. You and Spectre hoarding all the pudding in the known universe. Think of the children, why don't you?
I am thinking of the children, Mr. Bond. My children. Notice how shiny it is. Yes, henchman number 12.
Can I get in on that?
There will be pudding for you. Do you see the smaller storage container to the side? Tapioca.
Tapioca!
Tapioca for the henchman.
Oh, you evil son of a gun! You!
I can see I've upset you, Mr. Bond.
I have another little monologue from the mayor.
So probably a lot of you in the room have remembered the first time that you held your first child, your baby, and what you remember of that, and how it probably even changed your life. And so I remember that. I was in Albuquerque at the time, going to law school, and my wife, Karen, what's your name, right? That had that baby. And we had brought him home and put him in the crib, and I think she wanted to take a nap, the mother. And the baby started crying. His name's Isaac. And Isaac started crying, and I picked him up, and I sort of started to rock him, and I looked at him, and I saw something. I saw myself, which in a different way, and it changed. I was still very young, still very immature. I try still to be, but it changed the whole way I looked at life, because now I had something that was a responsibility. It was something more than myself, and so I just remember that. We saw it over here somewhere. That's there. So I don't know what you can do with it.